What's up, guys? This is Mike Loris with game number 2 between Empire on the Radiant now. Mousesports is on the Dire. Game number 1 went to Mousesports after a rather impressive clockwork play from Quadra and Empire. Their kind of early mid-game heavy lineup wasn't really cut out to deal with the Mousesports squad. That Lion pick, really a smart one for Mousesports with that instant Hex, shutting down any movement from the Storm Spirit. But game number 2 is a whole nother game, so we will see what these teams have planned for us. Team Empire, their third pick is going to be that Clockwork after the Magnus and Shadow Demon, so they're probably going to assign one of those heroes to each lane. And also that Clockwork, kind of a pseudo ban aimed towards Quadra because his hook shots last game were dead on the money, and he was just so effective with those cogs. And well, clearly they didn't want to play against that. Again, they're going to pick that up for themselves. Shadow Demon as well as Magnus, a good amount of team fight as well as setup mixed in with those, so it doesn't really show Team Empire's strategy as of yet, except for a good deal of initiation. But with their final two pickups, they'll really show what they're planning. And Mousesports, they're going to go for the Queen of Pain, Rubik, as well as the Nature's Prophet first pick. So, going to have a solid mid lane counter versus the Magnus. Shadow Strike Harassment, really Shadow Strike Spam will be pretty good versus that Magnus. Rubik as well as Nature's Prophet, two very flexible heroes as well. So, neither team really showing the other what the strategy is going to be. But both teams do have the flexibility to move into really a wide variety of things. Something that Mousesports could do is pick up the Leshrac and then go for a very push-heavy lineup. But as of right now, both teams do need a carry hero, so Lifestealer, Gyrocopter, Anti-Mage, Lone Druid, TA, Bane is going to be the final one banned out from Mousesports. The pool of carry heroes is still fairly large, however. You could go with an Alchemist, which is something that Mousesports like to do, or I've seen them do at least. Go for the Luna, something like that. So yeah, the carry heroes are still pretty widely available, and really both teams have all their lanes taken care of at this point, so it's just a matter of selecting one more support as well as that additional carry hero. Team Empire are going to go for the Sand King actually, so it looks like they're going to go for a very, very large amount of team fight. Magnus Sand King is a devastating combo if you could line everything up correctly. Hit 3 people with the reverse polarity that will set up for the Burrow Strike into an epicenter, and then most likely they're going to be dead. And then from then on, it's pretty much just cleanup duty with the rest of your team. The Sand King is a melee support hero, which is not exactly the optimum hero to be playing, just because you won't be able to poke. But you know, with the Shadow Demon set up, it means that the Sand King will have more than enough time to just walk his way in and hit you with the level 1 Burrow Strike, which has like what, 300 range, something like that. Shadow Demon setup is going to be very useful for that Sand King, and I do like this pick from Mousesports, trying to counter off a little bit of that team fight. They're going to go with someone who could play as the very play the, how should I put this, the show-stopping role. If he sees stuff going down, you just throw down a Chronosphere and everything is denied from there on out. Of course, he could also be very aggressive with the Queen of Pain Sonic Wave set up by that Chronosphere, but if he gets initiated upon, he's going to be spamming that Chronosphere. Time Walk will also keep him, hopefully, safe versus the team fight of Empire. So, Mousesports going to go for a hard carry that does contribute a lot to their team fight and really counters off a lot of Team Empire's team fight as well. So, I do like this pick from the Mousesports side. They do need another support hero to make sure that Faceless Void gets farmed. They're most likely going to be laning that in a defensive lane, so it's going to be top Faceless Void, Rubik, possibly Nature's Prophet in the jungle, but more likely than not, it's going to be Nature's Prophet on that bottom lane. And Empire, they can run the Clockwork on the hard lane, although with the Sand King and Shadow Demon, that's some makings of a pretty good offensive tri-lane. Lancer is still in the pool. Not sure if they're going to want to go for that hero, but they still do need a carry. And, well, the carries pool, as I said before, is still fairly wide open despite all the carry bans that have occurred in this game. So, it really depends on what they want to do with this one. If they could get the Lancer, then they will have the Shadow Demon, so their late game siege potential will be really nice. Faceless Void, though, is okay versus the Lancer. If you trap him in a Chronosphere, then usually you can go to town on him, but a Shadow Fiend, is going to be the pick for Team Empire, so going with the Fiend as well as the Demon. And Shadow Fiend is a hero that you usually see on the safe lane farm as well. Shadow Fiend as a aggressive tri-laner not that great, actually. His nukes do a lot of damage, but he's a hero that needs a lot of levels and needs to get his last hits. If you deny him the last hits, then he's going to be sad. So it might be a weird trial with a Shadow Demon, a Clockwork, and Sand King, and just be super aggressive. Use that disruption to set up for easy cogs, Burrow Strike in, then you have a little bit of a Arena of Doom going on there. Mousesports with a Jakiro pick, hoping to deny that. But Bully Brain is going to be playing that Shadow Fiend. Could go for the mid lane as well. I'm not sure if I would voluntarily lane a Shadow Fiend against a Queen of Pain, though, because Shadow Fiend is such a soft hero. But we'll see what Empire want to do with that. That will give them even more team fight with that Requiem of Souls. If everyone is stunned because of the Burrow Strike, because of the RP, then Requiem Souls is guaranteed to do some pretty heavy damage. But we'll see how they want to lane this. We'll see how much farm Blurry Brain is actually going to get on that Shadow Fiend. Twista, looks like they're all going to head towards the bot lane. It's going to be supporting the Shadow Demon, and Light is going to be supporting as the Sand King. Vigos heading towards the top lane as the Clockwork Scandal is going to be playing that Magnus mid. So they're going to be protecting the farm of the Shadow Fiend. So he's going to be getting a lot of gold and a lot of experience on this bottom lane, where most likely Quajkva as the Nature's Prophet is going to be headed, but he really can't stick on that lane for too long. He will get punished and he will die if he decides to stick around for too long. Veda is going to be handling the mid lane Queen of Pain. Paz is on that Rubik supporting Black, the Faceless Void, and Alex, the Jakiro. So as far as aggression goes, both sides really have a pretty good opportunity for a good amount of aggression. Ooh, if Blurry Brain managed to get a soul that early, that would have been pretty nice for him, but unfortunately will not have it. Looks like Vigos is not going to get one either. Going to take some free harassment damage. That tree ain't doing 60 damage, not bad actually. Clockwork picking up a set of boots and being handed over a stack of tangos from Light as well. Clockwork most likely isn't going to get much done on this top lane. He does have the cogs, so he could be safe, but cogs usually sets up rather well for the Jakiro Ice Path, but it looks like Jakiro actually might be going towards the bottom lane, probably just spotting the rune. Alex on this bottom lane won't really be able to help this bottom lane that much. I mean, Quajkva is pretty screwed. There's not much a Jakiro could do except for get in the way, because even if he is there, Disruption can easily go onto him, and then in Light follow through with the Burrow Strike, which it looks like he actually Burrow struck the Treants once, just trying to deny this annoying creep pulling that's about to take place right now. So Quajkva might be getting some experience. We also do see the Jakiro moving in with some Observe Wards, and that is spotted by Twista with his Observe Ward. So they will know now that this camp is blocked. Blurry Brain as well as Twista going to pull those creeps in, and in the end, is she going to fight behind the tower, which really is going to favor Empire just a little bit. That means Quajkva not even going to be able to stand within that experience range. So Blurry Brain going to get some free CS, going to get his first couple of stacks of souls, and really Quajkva is going to get absolutely nothing from that pull. Top lane, Vigos doesn't have any way of dealing with the creep waves, such as the pulling from the Nature's Prophet. However, Paz as well as Black do let Vigos sit a little bit closer, so he might hit this level 2 mark, although Paz with that telekinesis can go super aggressive onto Vigos. You can see trading hits very well with that Clockwork, and looks like the Treant has actually found a couple of melee creeps to follow. Quajkva, though, is unable to capitalize on this fully. There's actually going to be a double wave going onto that bottom lane now, so Quajkva's guaranteed some experience, but at the same time his tower might be in a little bit of trouble. Mid lane, take a look at how this is going. 6-4, 7-4 now. The Queen of Pain is leading over Magnus's 2-0. So Scandal's having a little bit of a tough time here in this mid lane. Not really surprising, just being a Queen of Pain versus a Magnus. You would expect to win that lane as a Queen of Pain with that Shadow Strike spam. And now Scandal might be in a little trouble. Blinkerton will right click, will kill off the Magnus. And look at that, I finally caught the first blood. Queen of Pain going to walk out of there with 49 HP. Will dodge the incoming smoke gank of Enlight as well as Twista. Oh, she might not actually do so. She doesn't have a blink. She does have a blink. Curse completely whiffed, and Queen of Pain on the run is going to be completely fine. So getting first blood and getting out of there alive. In the meantime, Rubik finding a kill on the Clockwork. Was that solo? That was... No, that was an assist from the Jakiro. Okay. Did not expect a kill to happen on that top lane, especially not on Vigos, but looks like he got caught out a little bit. The cogs were not enough to help him out, so he's going to take an early death as well. Going to put Mouse at an early 2-0 advantage, but they're going to look to even that out in Light as well as Twista. Moving down to this bottom lane, a disruption into a Burrow Strike will probably mean the death of Quajkva, but he seems to know that something's coming. The invisibility rune, I'm not sure where it was taken. If it was taken on this bottom lane, then Quajkva's definitely going to remain safe, although it looks like he's still remaining a little bit cautious. And Light, though, could get really close with that low range of the burst strike, and he will be able to hit it pretty much 100%. Although at this point there's no creep support, so sending those treants into scout, and that's not going to skewer in onto Veda. You can take a couple of tower shots. Scandal needs another shockwave and a right click to do it, and Veda is going to get skewered right in the back. Scandal going to respond to that earlier first blood with a kill of his own. Of course, that is going to give more gold to that Queen of Pain. But a solo kill is a solo kill, and Scandal is now going to hit level 5 from that, whereas Queen of Pain still level 4. Will hit level 5 relatively shortly. Quadrifa might be in a little bit of trouble, actually. Blur Brain hit him with a couple of raises. Going to hit him with one more as well. He's going to tower dive. This is the long range raise, and Blur Brain finds a solo kill onto this Nature's Prophet. There have been way too many solo kills this game. Like, really, these solo kills should not be happening. Especially Blow Your Brain just like finding all 3 raises onto that Nature's Prophet. He does have boot speed, whereas Nature's Prophet does not, so I guess it really does let him get closer and have that movement flexibility to get all 3 of those raises off. But it is a kill for the Shadow Fiend without the help of his supports. Of course, that is going to cripple the supports just a little bit. They're both level 2, have yet to take a successful roaming gank, which is going to hurt Empire in the short run. Like Blur Brain, even if he does get a couple of levels, it's really the investment for the long game that's going to favor Empire in. But so getting a couple levels onto Twista as well as in Light would really help the Empire side right now, but it looks like it's going to be on this top lane. Clockwork getting caught out, also level 2. Levels from Empire simply not coming up. Alex can open up with a dual breath, watching out for the cogs, will get pushed back once, which will burn just enough mana to deny that ice path. It looks like that's not really the objective. They do have a siege creep, going to put a little bit of hurt onto this tower. Really, Jakiro just making sure that Vigas doesn't get anywhere close to this wave. Alex going to voluntarily trap himself. This could turn out to bite him in the ass, although it looks like he will get out of there alive. And he's going to get out there without drawing the tower aggro either. So, you know, pretty well done by Alex. Just, oh, nope, there it goes. There goes your clarity. Black is going to just continue farming up on this top lane. Really, there's nothing that Vigas could do about that. But at the same time, we do have the Shadow Fiend doing the exact same thing, actually getting, wow, exactly the same gold per mint. Do they have the same CS? No. That one kill making it a little bit easier for Blow Your Brain to keep up with the CS chart. But it's still a free farming carry versus a free farming carry. I do think in the end that this is probably going to favor the Empire side just because of the explosiveness in the mid game that is the Shadow Fiend. If you could land those raises, if you could land a Requiem, that's a lot of burst, so he could scale a lot better if he snowballs in. Faceless Void does need a little bit more time in order to get going, and right now his Rubik and Jakiro level 4, level 3. So they will be able to still support him, and he might actually look to some solo kills onto Vigas, who now has hit the level 4 mark. But as long as Empire get their team fight going, they should be just fine, and Magnus doing very well to make sure that he has his team fight. And Blur Brain is getting a lot of farm to capitalize on that. He has 1700 gold, could look for a Shadow Blade, which I believe is the pretty much cookie cutter build on the Shadow Fiend. Minor variations, Ring of Aquila, drums, stuff like that. But if he's going to go for any sort of aggressive item, it's most likely going to be that Shadow Blade. We can see Blur Brain as well as in Light just trading the aggro so that the siege creep can continue firing. They're going to be forced to burn a salve, but in the end it will lead to this tower's destruction. Blur Brain will take that last click as well. The tower being destroyed, the first one of the game. Ice Path just barely going to miss Vigas. Those boosts of speed really helping out, but Quadrifa going to come in as well. So using those treants, level 2 on those, so 3 additional creeps. Going to push down this tower, so it looks like it might be a tier 1 for a tier 1. We do have Magnus walking in though. Does not have his RP, already burned down the Queen of Pain, unsuccessfully trying to go for a kill. Here he comes in 2 seconds. You will have that RP as well as a skewer. Getting lifted up into the air immediately. That will cancel out the skewer as well as burn the mana cost and cooldown. Still will look for the RP. Can't find it onto Quadrifa. There's the burst strike. Now an RP. Will hit 2. He's not actually going to cast it. There's the dual breath onto a Knight. Scandal still looking for an RP. There we go. Only onto Quadrifa. However, this will be the death of the Nature's Prophet, or it should be. There's the time walk forward. Black does not have his Chronosphere. Scandal needs to get bashed. He will not get bashed. And looks like everyone's actually going to get out of here. Relatively unsuccessful movement from Scandal. Could have hit that RP onto Black as well as the Nature's Prophet, but in the end he only did get one, and then there was not enough damage. It was only the 2 of them, Sand King as well as that Magnus, being very, very threatening. Oh, Vigas was there too. Being very threatening, but in the end, those heroes don't really have a lot of damage unless you could burst one of them down, and clearly the burst just simply was not there. And we do have now Vigas, not yet level 6, so I'm not sure what he's actually doing there, aside from shooting off a couple of flares. Tower will drop. Scandal getting a deny though, getting lifted up into the air, as well as that ice path, but very well played by this Magnus, kind of redeeming the fact that he wasted so far 2 RPs for absolutely nothing. And well, Shadow Demon getting a little bit caught out of position. Veda was attempted by Blow Your Brain as well as Twista. on that Shadow Demon, but keep using that blink to keep herself alive, and then the Nature Prophet teleporting in as well. We'll put Mouse at a 1 kill advantage. So far it is 1 tower to 1 tower, so gold advantage, experience advantage, yeah, pretty much close to 0. Experience slightly in favor of Mouse, but really nothing too huge, nothing to really be a factor moving forward. So as both teams just get their levels up, Empire will look to get this level 6 onto Enlight. It's a really key level for them to have. Rubik would also like to have that level 6 if Pos could steal Averse Polarity. Would be absolutely huge to turn around those team fights. Even stunning just one hero with that RP would be a friggin' amazing feat. Stealing RP is also very glorious. It makes you feel awesome about it as well. So a lot of what should I call that? Pride points, I guess. Pride points for the Rubik. But both teams just looking for a little bit of farm at the moment. So far the roaming from the Shadow Demon as well as Enlight has been relatively unsuccessful. Haven't really found many opportunities, even like going real deep with that invisibility rune did not yield any fruit. So now Twista gonna look towards a couple levels in this middle lane. With the help of the Magnus, they can get potentially a double kill if Pos is spotted out, which so far he is not. Scandal gonna look for a skewer back, instantly lifts up into the air and thrown back. So the RP will not be thrown just yet. But knowing Scandal's track record this game, wouldn't be surprised to see if it missed, although he's more than capable of landing a 4-5-man RP. So we'll see if they could land it onto Veda. They do need initiation, and that means a disruption into an RP. Incredibly risky to do that. It's not like a disruption into an LSA. If you miss, it's no big deal. If you miss, it is a big deal. Looks like it's going to be top lane where Black going to burn the Chronosphere for Vigas. The Battery Assault making it difficult for Black to secure the kill. And then the RP going to come through. Black is now stunned. The phrase from the Shadow Fiend going to save Vigas as well as claim the kill onto Black. That Battery Assault keeping the Clockwork alive. Just having those mini stuns, messing with the attack animation of that Faceless Void. And you just needed like a couple more hits and the Clockwork would have been dead. But using that Skewer straight into RP, I don't even think the RP was worth it. Was necessary, I'm sorry. It was definitely worth it in the end. They probably could have gotten away without it, but regardless, it is a dead Faceless Void now. Going to set him back. Looks like he's going to pick up a Morbid Mask, so it might be an early Mask of Madness, looking to get aggressive a little bit early on, not opting for the likes of the Battle Fury or a Maelstrom or something like that. Black instead is going to go straight for attack speed, so probably look towards a couple of solo kills if he can get his hands on those. We'll add to the early game pressure of Mousesports, where they'll be able to bring it to Empire really quickly. Because although Shadow Fiend does have a lot of burst damage, he is still an incredibly soft hero, although he's farming extraordinarily well. He's almost at his BKB, so maybe the aggression from Mousesports is a little bit unwarranted. If they do go aggressive on him, they will have the Chronosphere to lock him down, even though he will have his BKB. But still, I don't know if Faceless Void will really have enough damage to beat down the Shadow Fiend. It's going to be a little bit close, if at all. But Black still farming will have that Mask of Madness soon enough, or it might just be a casual Morbid Mask. Might be just so that he could farm the jungle between Poor Man's Shield, Quelling Blade, as well as the Mask. He could just farm jungle cams pretty much 100% safely. He's not going to lose much HP. I don't think he's going to lose any HP at all if he just clears out jungle camps, as long as they're not stacked up. But it probably is going to be a Mask of Madness, just moving forward, just maybe not as the first item that he's going to get. Vigas still on his top lane. Black does have a Chronosphere very, very soon, but I think Vigas right now is just baiting him to use it because he does have support coming in from Bullet Brain. Cogs are going to go up, not really lead to much of anything. Black does walk into them once. But Black does have Alex to support as well. 3 on this top lane for Empire, and they want to get a kill onto this Faceless Void again. You do very well to slow him down. Looks like Blurry Brain has actually stopped farming just a little bit, has been taking on a little bit more of a roaming role, and Light is given an opportunity to get his level 6 on this bottom lane, and if he doesn't take it, that'll be extremely silly in my opinion. He needs that epicenter as fast as possible. Already starting to fall behind in the level department, and any longer that he waits is just going to hurt him more and more. But you see Scandal as well as Twista going to make a race for the invisibility room, but it is going to be jacked by the who took it? I mean, the RP being used, and they decimate Jakiro and Rubik, but where did that invisibility rune go? Was it denied? I'm pretty sure Jakiro wanted to take it, but the beautiful Clockwork hooking in from Vigas, really setting up for Scandal to get that 2-man skewer into an RP, killing off both supports from Mouse, giving Scandal a good chunk of gold as well. Now he's that much closer to that Blink Dagger. And with that, they're going to go for a little bit of pressure on this Tier 1 tower, but really they just want to get these key items up for the Magnus, for the Shadow Fiend as well. Any kills that they take beforehand is just to set up that future investment. We do see the Black King bar now up for Blow Your Brain. So the magic immunity is going to help him a lot. Pretty much the physical damage from Mouse, not quite there. I mean, Faceless Void does have the Mask of Madness down. He'll be able to bash the BKB'd Shadow Fiend pretty hard. But will it be hard enough to actually kill him? I'm not too sure. If he gets a little bit more farm, if he keeps getting free farm in this top lane, then yes, it definitely will be enough in the end. Bully Brain so far with the 2 kills that he has, as well as using raises to farm. He's farming incredibly quickly right now, so I expect to see more items coming up from the Shadow Fiend. And then at that point, it's going to be a little bit difficult for Mouse to deal with. They still can burst him down if they can catch him without his BKB, but that's a fairly large if. Rubik has hit his level 6 mark, has stolen level 3 on the Burst Strike. Very, very good skill to steal on the Burst Strike, on the Rubik. Really, if you could steal any spell on the Rubik, any spell that stuns on the Rubik, then you're looking pretty good. But Burst Strike is a great one, and what else is going? Fissure, Split Earth, those are also 2 of the best stuns to steal in my opinion. Using now Aggression possibly for the Queen of Pain, no. A little bit more roaming from Enlight as well as Twista, but still, they have yet to get a single kill out of these heroes. Shadow Demon's involvement has mostly been through Shadow Poison, not really setting up much of anything. And the Burst Strike to Epicenter combo has not been used yet. Burst Strike though is level 4, so the range now incredibly large. Blur Brain gonna get bashed down by Black, although the hookshot gonna hold him out for just a little bit. Quadrill was there to support. Cogs are gonna go up as well as Sprout. Black completely out of mana, does some magic stick charges, will use them to get his way out of there. Time walk pass. Here he comes with the Burst Strike onto Vigas, instantly responded by a Burst Strike from Light. The stun though is going to cancel off that Epicenter. Looks like it's not gonna matter too much. They do get the kill on Rubik regardless, and Quadrill on his way out will make it out alive. So, in the end, it is a Rubik trade for a Shadow Fiend. Will benefit Mousesports with that. The Shadow Fiend did not get his BKB up, but even if he did, the damage from Faceless Void is clearly enough to bring down that Shadow Fiend despite being at a 1 level disadvantage. Going full on aggressive with that time lock maxed out now, doing that additional damage to the Shadow Fiend, and Shadow Fiend still very fairly soft, 1000 HP, not really the largest HP pool. It is more than the Faceless Void, but when Faceless Void has that much time to just freely right-click you, and with Quadrill coming in to help as well, then it really doesn't matter. As long as they get the Shadow Fiend killed, their Mousesports are going to be okay with that. So Blurry Brain has to watch his positioning. If he gets caught in the Chronosphere, most likely he's going to die. However, if he's outside that Chronosphere, then he can just do work onto Black, or really whoever is outside of the Chronosphere with him. He's going to finish up his treads, going to help his HP pool just a little bit, and he's farming still incredibly quickly. Really, Mousesports, they can't afford to let the Shadow Fiend get out of control, because at a certain point, the Chronosphere is... you won't be able to land the Chronosphere on the Shadow Fiend every single time, and if you do, then the Shadow Fiend is going to make a point to be alone. So if he does get the Chronosphere burned on him, he's going to be the only one there. That means the RP is going to come through, which now does have a Blink Dagger to set up from Scandal, as well as the Epicenter from Sand King, which Blink Dagger looks like it's not going to come up for a long time on this guy, but still, he will have a lot of setup prior to that, so he won't necessarily need the Blink Dagger into Epicenter, although it will help, definitely. Scandal as well as Enlight, looking towards mid lane, getting blocked a little bit by Blurry Brain, but they want a Blink to an RP. If they can catch Fada, that'll be a great pick off. They're looking for 2 though. Pass and Fada, gotta make sure to split up just a little bit, but they don't know that Scandal is smoked up here. There's the Shadow Poison tagging pass, so they do have now full vision of the enemy. Scandal's gonna burn his smoke. He's gonna jump in for the skewer back, but it's not gonna be in time. Lifted up from pass. Fada's gonna get away. Beautiful reaction from this Rubik, and oh yeah, stole their RP pass. Baller mode, level 50 right now. Let's see if he could land it for level 100. But the quick fingers is going to save Fada, and well, the Empire team did burn the smoke, did burn the RP once again for absolutely nothing. The roaming from Empire so far has been an utter failure, and Mousesports, although their roaming hasn't really been there either, their lineup isn't really built for roaming, and they don't have the Sand King as well as Shadow Demon. They have 2 very defensive heroes whose primary goal was to protect Black. And at that point, Faceless Void is going to be the ultimate in the late game carry, assuming he really stays up with the farm. Alex Pass as well as Fada now going to do a little bit of roaming of their own with the smoke that they've just purchased and used. They're going to run straight into the Sand King. Do they have any True Sight? They do have the Scream of Pain, which goes through any invisibility, but they do have a Sentry Ward as well, so it looks like it won't really matter. RP is up on the Rubik, and he wants to use it. If they could land a stun onto Enlight, that would be fantastic, but Enlight sees them coming from a mile away. And it looks like this might go for a little pass. Actually going to drag Blurry Brain a little bit closer. Ice Path is going to miss, but the RP hits. Blurry Brain going to get bursted down. Going to pop the BKB. Will kill off the Rubik, and a two-man burst strike from Enlight, as well as the Epicenter going to burn down Veda. No, Blink coming up online just in time. Veda going to pop the double damage rune and possibly turn this one around. Scream Pain will kill off Enlight. I don't know what the Sand King was trying to do there. Now Veda trying to go for Quadriqua with that double damage rune. Is there any teleportation coming in? It's actually going to be Quadriqua killing off one in the mid lane. So Mousesports getting kills all around the map. It was the Shadow Demon who was alone on this mid lane, getting picked off by the likes of Quadriqua, as well as Black. Chronosphere was used for that. And Mousesports, some tight rotations right there. Did get the Sand King, who getting a little bit too over aggressive perhaps. Now Veda wants more with that double damage rune. Vigos forming a prison for himself, although the Cogs helping him out just a little bit. A blink forward into a Scream. Doesn't have enough mana for it, and I think this teleportation is going to force Veda away. It will. Blinking into the trees, blind burst strike perhaps, but if it does happen, it will be a little bit too late. You can see how soft Blurry Brain was using that RP. Even though the Ice Path hit, it really didn't matter, because Shadow Fiend popped the BKB and then instantly died. So I believe that's the first time, second time? That was the first time he used BKB, and it lasted for all of 1 second. So Blurry Brain really not getting a lot of time to actually do the damage. Mousesports doing the exact correct thing and going for the Shadow Fiend relentlessly, constantly killing him off, making use of his low HP pool, his inherent fragility, and really making sure that his farm does not continue. We do now see 3 on the Mousesports side going to go for the bottom lane. And I don't think that, Black going to get RP. It's skewered down to the low ground, into the clutches of Twista as well as Enlight. That's going to be a successful kill. Although once again, it's Scandal setting up everything. Enlight so far with the burst strikes has not really been doing that fantastically, despite the fact that on the bottom lane he did get a two-man burst strike. Didn't really matter in the end. Took out one, but Veda did escape there alive. So it's going to be a tier 1 bottom lane for what looks like a tier 1 middle lane. Teleportation coming in is going to be the Queen of Pain, feeling ballsy as hell. Enlight gonna get a burst strike onto Alex. Hookshot getting shot, but not gonna land onto anything. Enlight roasting in the flames, gonna get defensively disrupted. Will it be enough to save him? It will just barely be enough, but a blink into Scream will kill off Enlight. There you go. Veda gonna claim that kill. Now he might be in a little trouble. Blurry Brain doing the heavy damage. Skewer forward, gonna use that as just a little bit of disable. Kill off the Queen of Pain. Where did Black go? Black was fighting in the back, and I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe that's where the hook shot went. But in the end, it is Sand King in exchange for Veda as well as Black. That's going to be a trade that Empire really happy to take there. Blurry Brain finally finding an opportunity to sit back and actually do some right-click damage. He was not locked down in that fight, and really, you can see the damage. The amount of hurt he put onto the Queen of Pain was substantial, and really Mousesports can't afford to let the Shadow Fiend freely right-click, because he hits like a truck. Plus 99 at this stage of the game is absolutely insane. Almost 200 damage a pop, without the armor, of course. Looks like Black gonna make sure that doesn't happen again with the Roshan pickup. He has gone for Mask of Madness as well as a Maelstrom. Kind of weird going for that Mask of Madness first, although it did in the end give him a couple kills on the top lane, so fair enough. Just gonna spam out the attack speed, and Black does have a Chronosphere still up. Mousesports though, Empire, I'm sorry, looks like they do want to go for an engagement here. Is RP up? Yes, it is. Blink into RP. Gonna catch 2. Hookshot in as well. Black and Quadriqua in huge trouble. Sonic Wave gonna fly through, and that's gonna be 2 down for the Empire side. Although Scandal gonna get Vigos actually gonna get pushed up to the high ground because of Skewer stolen by this Rubik, and that is gonna be in the end Aegis to the Dire, as well as that Roshan kill. Ice Path going to miss onto Enlight, but he's going to get another two-man burst strike. Is there a telekinesis? Yes, there is. Enlight's going to go down. Blurry Brain has returned to this fight, but he's now 1v4. Vigos is on the sidelines, will not be able to help that much. He's going to wind up for the huge ultimate, but really not do too much damage at all. Pass stuck in a corner, is going to go down, needs a couple more seconds to get that skewer out, but it's not going to happen. And one more Ray is going to kill off the Queen of Pain as well. There goes the Aegis. Blurry Brain, I don't know if you could actually fight this right now. Veda is going to blink on out of there with Scandal coming in with the skewer, going to tag onto Quadriqua, and Vigos just sniping up from his high ground platform. I don't think he has any way of getting down aside from TP, which is going to come out to him. But in the end, I do believe that Empire took a better trade there. They did not get the Aegis, they did not get the steal on the Roshan either, but they killed off Faceless Void. A beautiful initiation up. There's the Chronosphere. Black is pissed. He wants vengeance. Gonna find Scandal. Might find Twista as well. Does have a disruption. Here comes Veda. Oh, disruption used on the wrong target, my friend. Looks like it wouldn't have mattered in the end, but it is going to be 2 kills for Mousesports following up of that rather rough team fight. Black did get that Chronosphere off the second time in that Roshan fight. He was completely locked down with the RP, dead in an instant. And well, when you have an advantage like that, it's really going to be really hard for Mousesports to recover from that sort of fight. So in the end, 15-13. And now let's take a look at how the gold advantage is showing. Slightly in favor of Mouse, but this gold advantage, as well as the experience advantage, which is what in the single digits, is not going to be substantial at all moving forward. So still, we have a dead even game. Take a look at the net worths, though. It's going to show a lot. Yeah, we do have Blurry Brain with a ton of net worth. Going to go for a Manta style. So if he keep himself safe, then the amount of damage the Shadow Fiend is going to pump out is going to, in the end, win Empire a lot of fights. However, Mousesports, they're doing so far a really good job at locking down the Shadow Fiend. And if they can continue to do so, then the Faceless Void, the amount of items that he does have, is, although it's not as much as the Shadow Fiend, granted, it's really not going to matter because the Shadow Fiend won't be able to use his items. You can't attack people while you're dead, and Chronosphere is a really good skill at making people dead. It's really what the Faceless Void excels at, making people dead. So yeah, Orchid also going to help a little bit versus the Magnus as well as the Sand King. So it's really going to be really hard for Magnus to get a Skewer into an RP off, although he does have the Blink Dagger Epicenter. Probably not going to come for quite a while. As long as Veda holds his Orchid for that skill, Sand King not going to be able to get that one off. And until he gets a Blink Dagger, which he is only 500 away from, however, might be a little bit more. There's an Ice Path, and that's it. Okay, and Light just getting a little bit pressured back just by a Jakiro, who's possibly biting off more than he could chew, but in the end, no aggression happens, so no harm, no foul there. Veda going to find himself a regen rune. They want to kill onto the Sand King. They know that he's getting closer to his Blink Dagger after seeing no item progression for a good amount of time. Sand King should have enough in their minds. They think that he should have enough soon for a Blink Dagger, therefore it is time to kill him in Light. Not going to let that happen, however. Doesn't have Caustic, so his flash farming isn't the fastest. However, just with Burrow Strike and Sandstorm, he will be able to get that Blink Dagger relatively shortly. I don't think Mousesports can stop him unless they find a kill right here, which they might be able to. Observer Ward's going to spot in Light as well as Twista moving forward. And Alex going to retreat just a little bit. Sentry Ward instantly de-warded by Twista. Good game sense by him. There's the Ice Path, though, going to catch onto Twista. Dual Breath as well as the Orchid. Twista going to get bursted down in an instant. Sonic Wave being burned for that as well. That is one dead Shadow Demon, let me tell you that. And, well, it's free kill for Mousesports. Burning an ultimate from the Queen of Pain. It's not exactly the hugest of cooldowns, but still, it's going to be a little bit of time where the Queen of Pain won't be able to burst down someone a little bit more important, like the Shadow Fiend, if they do lock him down with a Telekinesis or an Ice Path or a Chronosphere or something. But in the end, it is a free kill, so you know, really can't complain too much about that if you are on Mousesports. And they're really asserting their map dominance right now. Taking a look at a little bit of the map vision that we have, I believe it's this button. Yes, it is this button. Look at these observer wards that they have. Very, very offensively in the enemy jungle. A lot of sentry wards and really complete vision over Roshan. Empire so far have been doing a decent job to make sure that their counter warding is decent. We do see Vigos getting initiated upon. Koshva invisible but stuck within the cogs. We'll be able to teleport out here. Twista gonna get the disruption. Where's the disruption? Vigos will escape, and looks like no real huge spells being burned there. So once again, no harm, no foul. But if we look at the vision from Empire, really it's pretty much non-existent. They have one ward up, a lot of sentries trying to deny the vision from Mousesports, but regardless, they are being spotted out completely. So Blurry Brain, Scandal, as well as Twista, all spotted out by the likes of the Mousesports side. So the map control for Mousesports really there with the amount of sentries that they do have, although it looks like Empire looking to recover a little bit in the map control department. Will be instantly de-warded by Feda if he does see it. Another blink, and he will see it if he does know it's there. Not quite. So this observer ward will stay up for just a little bit more, and actually the sentry ward just timing out, so it looks like that sentry ward will stay up for a long time actually. Both teams continuing to farm up. Manta style has been completed by Blurry Brain. With that in power, he is hitting like an absolute truck, and it's getting close to that point where it's like, do I even want to bother casting Rays? Because I hit pretty damn hard, and I don't hit 300 hard just yet, but he's getting there. He's definitely getting there. Black, on the other hand, 2,800 gold on him. Possibly will look for a man fight versus Blurry Brain. Could be a little bit risky being so close to the tier 2 tower. Blurry Brain does smell something coming. Really, it's just a race for these two carries to get as big as they can. It's going to be a little bit easier for Mousesports with their Chronosphere to lock down and kill the Shadow Fiend. However, Black, if he gets hit by an RP again, he's going to be a dead Faceless Void. And Scandal, he's looking for that. Blink Dagger into an RP. Blink Dagger into an RP, skewering him back right into the clutches of everyone. Burrow Strike. Battery Assault. Black, though, gonna get out of there alive. Those backtracks really working for him, but in the end, it is the demonic purge that pops him. That was actually looked really close. It looked like he would almost get out of there alive, backtracking so much of that damage. But it doesn't matter. Vigos now biting off a little more he can chew. Instantly silences as he goes down to the spot lane. There's the mech keeping him alive. Nation Prophet ultimate bouncing through. Vigos, though, is going to die. Here comes Bullet Brain. Gonna look for anyone he can find. Burst Strike into an Epicenter. Epicenter completely whiffed, though. There's the Ice Path slowing down in light. Lifts up into the air as well. Bursted down straight to hell. Rubik's gonna find that kill. Bullet Brain now trapped in the Sprout. Will be brought. Oh my god, pass. Did not see that one coming. Quachka on the run. Does have Shadow Blade. Will barely make it out of there unless Bullet Brain has some baller raises. Will not happen. Now the Ice Path onto the Shadow Fiend. Burst down from Feta. Feta will get brought down actually before Bullet Brain, doing a lot of damage. The secondary explosion from Requiem doing heavy damage to Alex as well. Blink forward from Scandal. Another Shockwave will not kill off Quachka. Needs another Skewer. Will happen in 8, 7, 6. I think it's a little bit too late. Quachka is on the run. But in the meantime, Alex on the run as well from Twista. Shadow Poison will pop this Jakiro. As soon as he presses that button, there you go. Jakiro down. And in the end, it's 3 down for Mousesports, 3 down for Empire, but Black was not a part of that at all. Really had other things on his agenda. And Shadow Fiend once again taking a death. This Talisman Evasion really going to help him a lot in the upcoming 1v1 duel between between Black as well as the Shadow Fiend. I don't think Shadow Fiend's going to have enough money for an MKB anytime soon, really, after going for that BKB. Won't really help him versus that RP, but hell, you saw how much damage he took in this area right here. If he gets that BKB off, a lot of that will be mitigated, and granted, a lot of those spells were stuns. If they keep him chain stunned, the BKB really isn't going to matter, because it's going to be a blink into an RP, which initiates onto Black, and then at that point, BKB not going to help you at all if you're chain stunned. But regardless, what's done is done. Black's still getting a lot of farm, but, you know, and Bullet Brain getting just a little bit more farm. He's going to go for a Butterfly, which is going to help him a huge amount. And really, man fought the Queen of Pain very, very well. Just the damage that the Shadow Fiend puts out, as I keep on saying, is intense. And you can't just blink in as a Queen of Pain and try to expect to burst down this Shadow Fiend. It's most likely not going to work out for you unless you have a telekinesis support, unless you have support from the Ice Path or Chronosphere or something like that. The Shadow Fiend will just stand and kill you very, very easily. Roshan up in another 2 minutes. Mousesports trying to get a little bit of momentum onto all their lanes. Prep for an easier Roshan. Looks like the ward coverage from Mousesports starting to lack, although ward's instantly being replaced by the Jakiro. Now does have a mech up. Let's take a quick item check actually. Staff Wizardry up on Twista looking for a 4-staff, most likely. Mech on Vigos was up there for a long time. Blink Dagger, and that's about it. So, item check really didn't tell us anything new. Gold experience now in favor of Mousesports, being 2 kills down, but still having the tower advantage. No, the towers are actually tied. You do have a Roshan going towards them. I guess the farm is generally favoring Mousesports. Yeah, you can see it in the gold graph. I'm pretty sure you can't. Can they see that? I don't think they could see that. If they can see that, then shut the hell up. I don't think they can. Right? Yeah, I do want to see some third games. Third game's pretty good, because then I don't have to make anti-spoilers. I just have to cast things, which is pretty much what I'm doing anyway. I don't think the players can see that. Anyway, Mousesports still getting the farm advantage. Black with the flash farm as well as the Queen of Pain, blinking around, using that Scream of Pain, clearing the creep waves, but Black might be in trouble. Long range Burst Strike from in light. Is there an RP? Yes, there is. They do have enough to kill off Black. Skewer doing that additional damage, and you can see there BKB not being very useful. I would not say that BKB really pulled its weight there. Completely chain stunned, this time from in light, starting to pull his initiation weight. Now they're going to go straight into the Roshan pit. A very unfortunate time for Black to die, and an even more unfortunate time to not have buyback. This is going to be a free Roshan for the Empire side. Mousesports, if they do choose to fight this, it will most likely not end well for them. Even though they will have the likes of Jakiro in a tight Roshan pit, it's not really going to matter. Bullet Brain is nowhere to be found. There he is. He's going to come in for that Aegis, but really with the Faceless Void down, with that no Chronosphere, there's nothing they can do. Ice Path going to slow them down, possibly throw in a Dual Breath as well. They're actually going to use the Macro Pirate. Vigos taking a large chunk of damage from that, but now that Bullet Brain's here, the damage will commence, and Twista actually going to go full man mode. Going to spot out the rest of the Mousesports side, going to be completely surrounded, zoned out by the Ice Path as well, going to catch 2. There's the Cogs up, going to zone out in light as well as the Shadow Demon. Both of them are going to fall in an instant. Scandal going to look for the Blink Skewer, will get instantly Hex, lift up into the air. Empire's going to, Scandal's going to die as well. Where's Bullet Brain? Did manage to get out of there with the Aegis, and actually using Manta Style to dodge a Shadow Strike, not bad. But Mousesports, I said that they couldn't really take a fight there, and I still agree to that. Quachka looking to try to take out Vigos, will not make that happen. Blurry Brain with the damage really warding them back. But I said before that Mousesports cannot take a fight to Empire, but really that is in this area. If Mousesports just stood here, if Empire just stood here, I'm sorry, then they would have had an easy time. But instead they decided to go up here and fight with away from Blurry Brain, voluntarily putting themselves into a 3v4 situation, and Blurry Brain was all their damage. They didn't have any damage, and getting hit by a 2-man Ice Path and then blown up in an instant by the Sonic Wave, it's really Empire just gave that one to them on a silver platter. It was a little bit of a misplay, I think, because really the Faceless Void was still not available to go in there, and Jakiro already did use the Macro Pyre. Yes, Jakiro is powerful in these tight quarters, but then you could land a huge Burrow Strike. You could actually go for an RP. If that was up, I don't think it was up, but still Burrow Strike as well as the damage from the Shadow Fiend would have been there, but voluntarily separating yourselves from the carry hero, well, you saw how well that went. Mousesports cleaned house with that. In the end, Empire did get the Aegis as well as that Roshan kill, so it's going to be a little bit more gold for Blurry Brain. But really, Mousesports starting to get a little bit more gold on everyone. Hex is up in the Nature's Prophet, using that to shut down Scandal, trying to deny that skewer, that blink skewer. Queen of Pain also has a Hex, so there are going to be disables galore. Shadow Fiend going to make use of his BKB there, but it's starting to dwindle as far as how long it's going to be up.
Radiant's top towers.
Mousesports really they're just looking a little bit stronger at the moment. Vlad's offering even up on this Jakiro, going to help out Faceless Void just a little bit more lifesteal. But I think Faceless Void has a little bit of more pressing concerns than lifesteal, because clearly he's not going to be able to attack anything if he keeps on getting initiated upon. He needs raw HP or a Butterfly. Although I think, yeah, Butterfly would help against Shadow Fiends. I think that would be a decent choice. It would be a very aggressive choice. But Heart or something like that would probably be the best bet for Black right now, because he's constantly getting chain stunned, and this is chain stun that you can't block with a BKB unless you're incredibly quick with your fingers, which Black might be. So far it's shown that he is not quick enough. Oh, that guy got it. Now big smoke up. They want to use a Chronosphere. Level 3 Chronosphere has a relatively short cooldown, so they will want to use that as often as they can. If they can guarantee themselves kills with that, then all the better for them. But at the same time, Fada is getting a lot of farm. Quadjka getting a lot of farm as well. Looking to do a little bit of split push action. They really don't have a Keeper of the Light or a Wisp or anything, so it's going to be a little bit risky, although Rubik has Blink Skewer. This could be a really good initiation tool if they could catch Blurry Brain. He'll instantly pop off the BKB, but it might not even matter if they could get an Ice Path down at his feet. But now we do see the Creepy Equilibrium in favor of Mousesports. They do have the tower advantage. They do have the gold and experience advantage as well. And Empire, what could they really do? They just need to take a really good team fight, I feel. Their RP hasn't really connected onto anyone more than just Faceless Void, really. And although using the RP to kill off Faceless Void is a good idea, at a certain point you need to save that RP for an actual giant team fight, because that's where Empire really excels. If they get through the Chronosphere, get the RP on the Faceless Void, follow up with that level 2 Epicenter, follow up with a Requiem of Souls, that's going to be Mousesports dead. And if Empire could get that, that'll be fantastic. But so far, you can see Mousesports, the way they're playing, they're actively avoiding these team fights. You can see how spread out they are. They're just interested in split pushing every single lane, which mid lane was being pushed very aggressively. Bottom lane as well, with a trio of Pass, Alex, as well as Black. So they're, just trying to keep Empire in their base. And Mousesports, the old saying is, when you're ahead, get more ahead. And in this case, if they take a team fight, that's how they get behind. If they avoid the team fight, then that's how they get ahead. Just get more farm onto more of their heroes. Yes, the Shadow Fiend on the other end is getting farmed, but you're getting a lot more farmed, a lot quicker, and really on your entire team. So everyone's going to be a lot stronger. MKB is going to be the upcoming item for Faceless Void. It looks like they're going to push down this bottom lane just a little bit, but I don't think they're going to fight if they really have to. It's going to be up to Vigos to land a hook shot and really start something right here. You could land it onto Black, would be absolutely huge, will allow for enough time for Scandal to get in there with an RP. You can see Mousesports just moving back. They know that if they get caught out with an RP or an Epicenter or both, or especially both I guess, then they will not be in for fun times. You see in Light looking to be a little bit of aggressive perhaps, but yeah, Mousesports just going to fall back. It is also a 3v5, so probably wouldn't be a good idea to take a 3v5 ever, or I guess rarely it is a good idea to take a 3v5. Splish pushing top as well as bottom lane Empire. They know that their strength is in the team fight as well, which is why they're sticking together. That is going to mean that they're going to be pulled back and forth between the top and bottom lanes we're seeing right now. And Feda as well as Quadra, they don't have to commit to anything right now. They have Shadow Blades, BKBs up in the Nature's Prophet, as well as Scythes of Vise on both of those heroes. So even if they do get caught a little bit out of position, it's going to just be Scythe and Run, Scythe and Shadow Blade, Scythe and Blink, and then they're going to be completely safe. Really, this is the bottom lane over here, which is a little bit more vulnerable, but even then, Black has enough damage to turn any fight around. What Empire have to do right now is smoke. That's going to be their best bet, I feel. Get the jump onto Black. Smoking has been pretty successful for them, and killing off the Faceless Void has gotten a couple of kills on him. I mean, Faceless Void has taken 5 deaths so far. So smoke obviously doing something for them. But if Mousesports continue to do this split pushing thing with the top lane and the bottom lane, then, well, at the very least, they've burned out the Aegis time for the Shadow Fiend. So I guess that's another reason why Mousesports didn't want to fight a 5v5 Rumble, having to deal with the Shadow Fiend twice. But now that Roshan slowly starting to count down towards his resurrection, and then Mousesports with this map control that they are currently building for themselves, also having that Nature's Prophet on their side, gonna mean an easy Aegis for Mousesports. Hell, I think even Black could do that by himself, especially if he has that lifesteal aura from the Vlads nearby if Jakiro hangs around. But Mousesports, yeah, they're actively avoiding engagements, which is a smart thing to do. It's not exactly the most exciting thing to see, because I want to see 5-man epicenters and team wipes and smashy. This is the smart thing to do, but it also is the boring thing to do. So we're just going to be waiting until Roshan revives in another 2 minutes. So I guess now it's time to take your bathroom break if you're waiting for something to happen. Most likely is not going to happen unless Empire can get a smoke going, but do they even have any smokes? They do not. In 30 seconds they will. And then you could bet that as soon as that 30-second countdown runs out, they're going to go straight for it. But until then, I mean, Mousesports getting a lot of farm and a lot of their heroes. And actually, go back to the gold per minute chart. Yeah, see the gold per minute really is favoring Mousesports. Faceless Void actually not as much as I thought he would have, but hell, that's because a lot of it is going to Feda, a lot of it is going to Kozhikova as well, getting some really big items on those intelligence heroes who are really transitioning now into a very hard semi-carry role. See, BKB is going up for both of them. Queen of Pain, I mean, she's doing some pretty sizable damage. 190 is not bad at all. 155 on the Nature's Prophet, almost 200 damage a pop. Whereas the Shadow Fiend, yes, he's doing 400 damage, but if you could lock him down, it really wouldn't matter that much. Shadow Fiend needs to get that BKB off, and even then, it is only a 6-second BKB. Ward's instantly countered by this Clockwork, who is packing around a gem now. So Empire looking to get a little bit of map control back on their side of the map. Berserker Wards on the rather defensive areas of the map. We'll see if anyone moves in for a gank. But Mousesports, they're just waiting for Roshan, so really nothing to do. Oh yes, double damage, plus 290. Needed Empower on this guy. Stat. Scandal, get over there. No, gonna go to the bot lane, get more farm. He does have a BKB of his own. Won't help against Chronosphere, but really the magic damage from Mousesports is primarily their damage output, aside from the Faceless Void, of course. Actually, well, I mean, their magic damage as well as physical damage starting to scale up. Nature's Prophet with the right clicks as well as Queen of Pain, their right clicks are going to start to hurt. They already do hurt, but they're going to start to hurt even more. Blurry Brain with 4,300 gold in his pocket, and plus 372. Yes, that is going to hurt. That is going to hurt a lot, but double damage runs out, so it's only 208. What a poor damage output DPS rating from this Shadow Fiend. Really has to get his stuff together. So Roshan is almost up, and then we can see Mousesports still on the top lane, bottom lane, as well as the mid lane. But here we go, big smoke from Empire. They seem to know that Mousesports is around, although they think that they're in the Roche pit as well. They should. I mean, at this time when Roshan is being resurrected soon, they're actually going to look for a pick off. They're going to run possibly headlong into Pos, although Blink Dagger, Force Staff. Rubik, don't go in there, Rubik. Don't do it. Don't you do it. Can Empire actually jack this Roshan? Empower onto Blurry Brain, and up. Pos. Oh, dodges the hook shot with a quick blink. But Blurry Brain's still going to town on Roshan. Mousesports starting to converge on their position. However, Empire are completely surrounded. This is very bad for an RP as well as an epicenter. Vigos going to zone out Pink for just a little bit more. Blurry Brain going to take the Aegis. However, BKB is being popped by Blurry Brain. Going to go straight for Scandal. Needs to deny this RP. Will do so successfully. Blurry Brain, though, here he comes. The Chronosphere instantly being used to shut down Blurry Brain. He's going to burn the Aegis immediately. Dual Breath missing completely onto End Light, but they will, in the end, take the Sand King kill as well. Blurry Brain still going to town. Almost will bring down Quadrico, but so far 4 down for Empire. Where did the Clockwork go? He is on the run, and really, I don't feel good about Blurry Brain's chances right now. Did take the Aegis. The RP was not even there. Epicenter was used, but to little to no effect. And Mousesports get a almost complete team wipe. They do give up the Aegis, yes, but really, is it going to matter? I don't think they'll really care. They're going to go straight for the tier 3 and go for Vigos. Run, Vigos, run. Oh, he sees him. Cogs. Yeah, they're going to go for the tier 2 as well as the tier 3, actually. There's no damage output aside from the Shadow Fiend, so Mousesports will be fine to just push straight in. This should be Rax's right now. Black will have his Chronosphere in 45 seconds, but really, that Shadow Fiend was not given ample opportunity to right-click, and by the time he was able to right-click away, his entire team was dead. So he's going to be forced to buy back, which he has been saving for, so he will defend his tier 3s. But the tier 2 in the top lane does go down. And now Empire looking for a little bit of aggression, gonna find Pass. Needs to blink out of there. Hook shot in from Vigos. Pass is as good as dead. 2 hits. Art. Oh, Art. What the hell was Queen of Pain doing up there? I'm like, RP missed because he didn't blink far enough, but he got the Queen of Pain. Scandal, I guess, really wanted to get that RP off, so he did. Alright. I'm not sure what Queen of Pain was doing up there, but she definitely didn't see that one coming. Black still getting farmed, now does have the MKB, and looks like Empire, they're just going to go for a Doom push down this middle lane, at least take a tier 2. I mean, that's really the minimum of what they want right now. Is tier 1, this tier 2 tower should drop relatively quickly. But you do have to watch out for a Chronosphere, but it looks like Faceless Void. It's actually going to be looping around from the back. We'll catch off Vigos and Light as well as Scandal. These are the heroes that think that they're safe, but they might not be safe. There's the time walk in, going to go straight for Blurry Brain. Actually, BKB is up. We'll deny a little bit of that damage, but he should be brought down. There's initiation from Fada as well as Quadrico onto Vigos. We'll kill off that Shadow Demon in the end. It is going to be the Shadow Fiend who falls. Spear out from Scandal. Instantly going to be Hex over. Black on the chase. Does have another time walk. Scandal is not going to get out of this. There he goes, trying to deny the gem. Did Black just hit it? I don't know, but 3 down for Empire. 0 down for Mousesports, and that is exactly what I'm talking about. Shadow Fiend, if he could find the time to right-click Black in a 1v1 duel, he will probably win. But Chronosphere, Black more than happy to burn a Chronosphere onto one target if that one target is the Shadow Fiend, and Shadow Fiend is very dead now. No buyback available. 50 seconds until Empire get any real team fight going. Epicenter down, RP down, and that's going to be Rax's. Really nothing that Empire could do to defend this right now. It looks like Mousesports might be on the verge of taking this 2-0 with Veda pushing out the top lane as well. There's going to be 2 sets of Raxes. Still another 30 seconds before Shadow Fiend can do anything. And Black looking for a time walk in, although I think they should just right click the tower, bring that down. Liquid Fire helping out the push just a little bit as well. Yeah, these Raxes going to be 2 sets. Epicenter is not up still. RP is. But even if they land a 5-man RP, they need Blurry Brain. And that's 15 seconds now where Mouse are going to clear off a couple neutral buildings. We'll even slide down to the bottom lane perhaps. Going to catch Twista. A little bit out of position. Oh, Ice Path going to deny and light a Burrow Strike escape. Actually going to Burrow Strike straight into that. Sonic Wave being used. RP going to catch 2. But really, where's the damage? Where is Blurry Brain? Here he comes. But it's a little bit too little too late because Black is back and Scandal is dead. And Blurry Brain is also going to die. And that's going to be dead. A complete team wipe to end this game, as Mouse in the end take it 32-22 in favor of them. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mousesports do close it out over Team Empire, and we are going to move on to the next set. We do have about 3 pages of replays left. I do know when the finals have already happened. This tournament, by the way, is already over. So yeah, but I'll tell you like lower bracket, upper bracket. I will know those things by the time they come around. So thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this cast, like, comment, subscribe. Other than that, let me know why. And then have a good day. GG.